So go to methods. Methods. Okay. Okay. So static methods, we developed two static methods, right? One with void without parameters, with void with parameters, right? The next method is without void, right? Without void. So what is the syntax? Access modifier, static, data type, method name. So parenthesis, curly bracket, logics, and return value. Okay, return the value. So basically, I'm creating a return type method, return type static method without parameters. So what is that? Return type static method without parameters. So I want to use a document comment. Let me use a document comment. So this is called document comment, right? So above the method, I'm just explaining. Above the method, I'm just explaining. So what is the method you are developing? The method I'm going to write is, I want to print random double values from 0 to 1, in between 0 to 1. Okay? So write a program to print so random double values from 0 to 1. Okay? So how can you do that? First, let's create the method structure. Okay? So we used public, we have used private. Okay? Now what left? Default. I'll use default. Okay? Default means you should not use any keyword. Then I'll start with the static. So static. So data type. So what data type you want to return? You want
double.
Data type. So
double, right?
Double. So your return type is a double data type. So your method has to return a double data. So your method has to return a double data. So double. So get random double values. So then get random double values. So add a return. See, it is asking. So return. I will add a return, but anyhow. So this is the return I will add later. But first I need to write the return statement. So I'll just put. So everything I am following these formulas. So that's why formulas are very, very important. See, everything as per formula I'm writing. Method name. So method name I followed camel case. So and then curly bracket inside, I'm writing my logics, my statements, my calculations, all I can put inside the method body. So started printing the random double values from 0 to 1. Okay. So how can you get a random values? So there is a math class. Okay. There is a math class. So math class, inside you have a random method. So math is a built-in class. So which provides all mathematical operations related functions or methods ready-made. If you want to perform any mathematical operations, you can use math class and their inbuilt functions, inbuilt methods. So now I am going to use that math class built-in method, random method, which will generate all the random double values. So this is the return type method. So return type method, math class, return type method I'm using. So to generate random double value from 0 to 1, use math class random static method. This is a static method, okay? Which returns a double data. Which returns double type data. So how can you get a return type method is, how can you call a return type method of any class? Static return type method, first the data type, what data it is returning. So it is returning double data. So there is a formula for this. Any return type method is how to call another class return type method in the current class, data type of that method, what data that method is returning, then variable, local variable. So class name dot return type static method. So this is the formula. Now I already told you. So this method is returning a double data. So the data type is a double. Then put some variable, rand number equal to. So what is the class? Which class this method is available? Math class. So write math dot. So what is the method name? Random. See, method name is a random, which is a static method. S is showing here, right? That means it's a static method. And what data this method is returning? Here is the colon after the type. What type of data it is returning? Double data. So which class this method is available? Here is the one, math class. So this is the how you need to understand this static method, which is a return type method. It's not a void, okay? Which is a return type method from math class. So just call that. That's what we want to return. This random number you need to return. That's it. Done. So the last statement must be a return keyword only. This is the method, simple method we created. Done. So we got the random number. So that I am returning. So when you call this method, you will get that random number. Every time you execute, you will get a new random number, 0 to 1. Clear? Okay. So the next method. So I want to create a parameterized method. So data type P1, one parameter only I'm taking. So what is the program I'm doing here is, I want to, see this is the document comment. The document comment is a method above. What is this? Single line comment. If you want, you can make it a double line comment also, this one. A multi-line comment. How can you make a double multi-line comment? Just remove this. So last line, you put a, this is the multi-line comment. Okay, this is the multi-line comment. So here, what I'm doing here, my parameter is, so whatever it is, so you're giving that you can write. So I'm writing a program, to convert Celsius degrees temperature to Fahrenheit. Fahrenheit temperature. Okay. So protected static. So what is the return type? I want float or double, whatever you want. Okay, float or double. So float I want. Both are decimals only, right? So I'm returning, generally it will return a double, but I want float so that I can get the float value. Float, convert Celsius to Fahrenheit temperature. But you have to give an input, right? So you have to give an input. So what is the input? So float CT. So Celsius degrees temperature you have to give. You have to give Celsius degrees temperature. The Celsius degrees temperature is, so convert Celsius to Fahrenheit temperature. So float CT and so south. So started executing the method. You can say executing the conversion of Celsius to Fahrenheit temperature. Okay, sir, I don't know what is this formula. How can I do that? You can ask. Don't worry. Just go to Google and get the formula. Okay. You don't need to worry
for you
about
if you'd like.
it.
I already have it for you if you'd like. Now it's fine. Okay.
Yeah, convert Celsius to Fahrenheit formula. So you will get automatically. You can get anywhere QMath. You can go. This one you can use. So our 1.8, right? See Celsius degree temperature multiply by 1.8. This part 1.8 plus 32. You do that. So that's also fine, right? So let's do that. So float Fahrenheit temperature equal to Fahrenheit temperature equal to CT, the variable parameter multiply by Celsius degrees temperature multiply by 1.8 plus 32. See, add cast to float because it is returning a double data, but you are expecting so that.
So this is typecasting. It's already doing it for us.
Yes, typecasting. So return F10. Okay. So that's it. So this is how you can get it, and you can practice. Now this is how the building. This is the logic you are building. Okay. Method body inside you are building the logic. You got the output here. This output you need to return. This output type is a float. That's why float is going to return. So this method will give this output to you wherever you are calling. You give the, so for this method, you give the input and that will give output to you as a Fahrenheit temperature. Okay. So you can see that all the, so temperatures, wherever you have, yeah, here, right? So this is the 30 degrees. If you give 86, you should get 35. If you give 95, you should get. So that's all. So let's find out all these things one by one. So the first one is I want to call. Now you created all the methods, all type of methods, right? void methods and return type methods you created, and also you have static members in the class. So a perfect class you have now. What is that? A class have a static members, static methods of 4 types. 2 with void, 2 without void. Now I created all types of methods that you need to create. So now how can you call these members in the main method? Then only it will execute, right? Otherwise it won't execute. See, if I run this, you won't get any output because nothing is there in the main method. Nothing is there in the method. Say, are you getting any output? Nothing. If nothing is there under main method, you won't get anything output. So whatever you call these methods under main method, then only main method will execute those logics. It will, the cursor will go to that method and execute line by line code. Even same, whichever the method you want, you call that. So let's call the first scenario. So what is the first scenario? How to call. So here we have already. So you have formulas. How to call static members in the same class. See, first formula. How can you call static void method under main method or any static method in the same class? So question and answer. So static method name. So just call this. So I'm giving the method name and the syntax is. So question and answer. So what is the void method we have here without parameters? This one. So how to call? Just a method name, static method name. You have to call here.
I tried to replicate that part. Why does it keep telling me there's an error when you're trying to use division as a method name?
Sorry, division?
Like I tried typing up the first couple parts from your like I watched your video, I followed it along just so I can set this up for myself. And when I got to where I like typed out the method name division, I keep getting an error for it.
Let
like
me
if you
type.
go, yeah. Once you do it, I think we'll see it. That's fine.
Right? Control space bar, you press it, okay? You will get automatically a panel. So in the panel, you can select that. Easy way. Okay? That's it. I'm not getting any error, right?
Well, I was saying if you go up to line wherever you write the actual division method, there's a small error on the left side. Could you just check it out and let me know? Oh, it's no longer there. Yeah, okay, it's fine. It's fine. I think it's because I didn't, I guess, call it or do anything with it, so that's why I got an error.
Okay. Right click and run as Java application. See, now code is executed. So when you write under main method only, what is happening? So this line will call the main method to execute this method. So when you call this, the cursor will go to this method inside. Where is that method starts? The definition here. So it will go inside this method. Line by line code will execute. Line by line code will execute. Once it encountered this, it will terminate. Once it encountered end curly bracket, that's the end of that method. So division method is ended there. Okay. Next formula. How can you call static void parameterized method under main method in the same class? What is the answer? Static method name, parameter 1 value, comma, parameter 2 value. We have only 2 parameters, right? So only 2 parameters. So those 2 parameters you give values. So what is that method name? Just write 2 letters. Control space bar. Automatically you got the method name. So that's the beauty. You don't need to struggle also to write. And what is missing here? Semicolon is missing. That's why it is throwing error. Anything you miss, it will throw error. So I'll just put a semicolon. See, the error is gone. So run this. See, those will be swapped. First 35, 50. After 50, 35. After swapping. So it's swapping properly, right? So that's the how to call void methods. Okay. So both void method without parameters, void method with parameters I have shown you. So let's come back and we'll see parameterized methods, how to return type methods, how to call. Okay. So any questions here? Any doubts? Okay. So if no doubts,